Oh, hey there people, how the frig's it going today? I didn't get much sleep last night. I went to bed early, like after I was done cleaning up the room a little bit. I basically edited the vlogs and was in bed by around 3, and I couldn't sleep for the life of me. Kept feeling like somebody else was in the room. It was driving me nuts. Ever get that feeling that you're not alone? I always feel like somebody's watching me, you know? Anyway, I just had a shower, feeling great. Needed a shave, but frig that. We got work tonight, but I've already called the, actually I found a place in town where Dad wanted me to go. They were charging $79 for an alignment. Just around the corner from my house here, there's a shop. They charge $69, so 10 bucks cheaper. I don't have to drive all the way down to the other end of town, and I'm going in tomorrow for 11 a.m. So that's friggin' awesome. They're like, why do you need an alignment done? I'm like, uneven wheel wear, uneven tire wear on my car. Oh, that makes sense. Well, yeah, I wouldn't just go for an alignment just to throw you guys 70 bucks. Like, come on. Obviously, I feel there's a reason for it. But this is what, like, my buddy Chuck noticed it when he did the struts. He said, listen, you're probably going to need an alignment. And I forgot because the crunking in the struts was still there after we put the new struts on. And that's when I sent the car to my dad's mechanic. And basically, he didn't fix it either. Yeah, but the guy, when Dad's mechanic had the car, he's looking it over and he's like, oh, this is a great car. You could probably drive this for another 10 years. Like, he didn't even notice the uneven wheel wear on the car, and he had the cocksucker up on a hoist. So I really don't understand how he did not notice it, but yet my buddy Chuck did. So, anywho, it's not a big deal. It's going to get the wheel alignments done, and then I'm going to worry about tires at a later date once I have the cash for the tires, because I got some bills coming out this payday, so I can't really afford them now, but shit, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But yeah, so that's going to get dealt with tomorrow, and then we'll get some tires for it and get those bolted on, and then we'll be off to the races. The car will be, I'll feel a little more confident driving the car. Right now I'm kind of nervous. I'm just waiting for that back tire to explode and send me cartwheeling over the friggin' highway or something. My goodness, it doesn't look too happy. It doesn't look too happy. I've seen worse though. I've seen a lot worse and people driving on a lot worse. Like my buddy had this old 2000 red Neon, and his back tires, because he went and lowered it not properly, he basically took the springs out and just rode it off the rebounds pretty much. His car, the tires kept hitting the wheel well, or kept hitting the fender lip and stuff, so they really wore out to the point where you could see the belts in the tire, and he still rode around like that. I was like, dude, this is not safe. You're going to have a blowout any day now. And the only reason why I ended up getting new tires and new struts was because winter hit, and he realized that trying to stop when you have skis for tires doesn't exactly work that well. No, it doesn't. Well, there was thunder bangers all night last night, which I'm going to contribute to my not being able to sleep issue. Normally people can sleep through that stuff. Me, however, I hear a loud noise and I'm up and ready to friggin' fight. So that's probably what contributed to it, because I'm feeling really groggy today. I'm drinking a coffee. I might go make another coffee there because this one's just not kicking me where I need to be kicked. But now obviously, like, an alignment isn't a job I can do in my driveway because you need special equipment for it, so you got to bring it to the pros. And I have a feeling that when I do my hubs, if I ever do my hubs or need to, chances are I'm going to have to bring that to the shop too, because I think you have to get something reset on the car, like the ABS sensors. And my little Bluetooth jobby that I got from Deal Extreme that reads car codes, it won't do brakes. It won't do brakes. It won't reset that thing. So, yeah. Man, there's some weird shit happening in the old pile. Look at that. Look at, like the grass is trying to take over. I'm probably going to have to go out there Thursday and weed whack all around it and clean up around it before I mow the lawn, just to make sure I got rid of all the stray pieces of log, because if I didn't, we might accidentally roll over one of those and fuck over my new blade, and I don't want to do that. Like, there's totally a piece back there that didn't make it into the bush, so we're going to have to clean that up, and there's another piece there, and yeah. And then we'll mow this lawn on Thursday. Probably spread that shit out and mow it. Should deal with the rest of this nonsense. It's already trying to come back, but I noticed it's only berries coming back. The other stuff isn't, so what I might do is keep a small patch, because I like making the raspberry jam. It's pretty delicious. But yeah, we're going to have to get the friggin' hedge cutter out and get in there and start working that right back to the fence, and then chopping all the way down, and then pile it up and let it rot and blast it all over the lawn for mulch. So I'm a little anxious to get that wheel adjustment done so that I don't have to be so nervous, and at least then my car won't pull left or right anymore. So that's probably a good thing too, because that can get kind of sketchy a lot. Well, as for this room here, I still got a lot of work to do. I got all my mixing shit over there on the windowsill for now, but I got to get all this laundry cleaned up tonight. I want to clean up this corner too, because I got some old computer cases and shit. I don't know what the hell this is. It looks like a blanket of some sort. No, it's a pillowcase that never got finished. That was a birthday present from my ex. She couldn't even finish it. Lovely. Got some shit down here I need to clean up. Looks like an old motherboard. What the frig is that? Oh no, it's not a motherboard. It's a hard drive chassis. That can go in the garbage. Case for GoPro, a bunch of wires. Gotta clean all that shit up. There's another video card there, an old ATI card. You know, I got my staple gun down there, broken laptop, garbage can, video game, GoPro. All this shit I want to put away. I want to get back into filming, commenting on comments, people. Because I know a lot of people miss it, and I want to get back on that. So, right on. Also have a GoPro mic here for clipping onto my shirt. This one's loose, so I'm going to have to apply the fix to it. All stuff I'm probably not going to do today because we got work and I got to get to bed early tonight when I get home, probably around 2. So I can get up, even if I go to bed at 4, I got to get up at 10 tomorrow. So I can get the car at the shop by 11, get all that work banged out, and then get back here to go to work. So, yeah, it's going to suck. I needed my drill because I wanted to do over here what I did in the other room, and that's put two markers on the wall so I can hang my headsets, because right now I just throw them on the ground, and that's not really awesome. And no, people, that's not a real gun. It's an airsoft gun. Don't kid yourself. Not allowed to own pistols in Canada unless you have a special certificate. That's a unrestricted firearms acquisition license or something like that. I can't remember what they call it now. PAL maybe. But in the bedroom here, when this used to be where I played video games, you see all these screws in the wall. Well, that one there held a controller, that one there held a controller, this one here held the PlayStation headphones, and that one there held the computer headphones. I want to move these. He's a puppy! Where's the cat? You don't know. I want to move those over to here so I can hang my headphones up and get them off the ground. Then they'll be easier to grab and go instead of reaching down, grabbing headphones and playing the untangle the wire game. I also got this desk to clean off. A lot of junk on here. Garbage and rolled coin and mainly garbage. Like my homemade beer coaster because bottles get wet. Another one of my DX knives. Some rolling papers for coin. Like just garbage. Which is why I didn't pack up the garbage bag yet. I still got a lot of work to do in this room, people. Yeah, we'll get it done. Holy crap. Forgot about this thing. It's an old trackball mouse. Wonder if it's USB. That's kind of cool. Probably use that with the Macintosh. Reminds me, when I get into commenting on comments, I'm going to be using the MacBook to do my commenting on comments. And I'm hoping with Google Drive installed, this thing here can see the picture files. Because that's what I do, right? If you want to know how I do the picture files for commenting on comments, is I use a program called Push. Is actually that, oh shit, it's actually that arrow right there, Push. And it basically lets you screen cap either a section, a morsel, or the whole damn screen. And it makes a web link for it so you can share it with your buddies, but it also saves a local copy on your hard drive. So that's what I've been using to basically acquire all the comments. I press that and then I can select segments. I just grab the comment and then I sit back there on a laptop and they're all sitting on a Google Drive folder, and I just open the folder, click on the first one, and then start commenting on comments. And then when I'm making the video, I can just drag the JPEGs right into Sony Vegas above the video line, and that's how I do my commenting on comments. It's really easy peasy. It's just, I don't know why. I quit doing it because I was working, and somebody else mentioned I was working on my buddy's desktop, and it was a mess back there, and I couldn't even read comments. But I haven't had any desktop repair in a while, and I'm hoping not to have any. But there is some guy on the internet, and he is looking for old computers to be donated because he fixes them up and gives them to the unfortunate, or he sells them. There's another guy, sorry, who sells them and gives them to a charity. So I was thinking, I got a bunch of old rigs here that I'm never going to bother fixing up because I can care less. So I was going to give them to him and let him just figure around with them and fix them up and dump them for a couple bucks and send them off to the charity, because I honestly have no use for them. So I was going to get rid of those, clean up this room a little bit more, get rid of more nonsense. seeing how I plan on staying in North Bay, I'm not going to move to London. I'm going to stay. Only way I'll move to London is as a last ditch effort because North Bay completely sucks. But I'm going to try my hardest to stay here because I got my friends here, I got my family here, I got a lot of connections here, I know a lot of people here. And it's not as busy as being down in London. Like when we're at Blokes, we're always on the go. We're always go, 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 go every frickin' day. So it was kind of brutal. Like it really puts a tax on your soul. And not that it wasn't a fun time down there, but I don't know if I could live that lifestyle forever. It would drive me nuts. You know, not saying I don't have friends in London. Obviously I have friends in London, otherwise why would I go there to visit, right? But it's more or less, I have my friends here too. And if I can get my car to not suck on fuel, and I'm pretty sure once the spark plugs are done, I'm going to check the air filter again because I changed that last year, and I think you're supposed to change those every year or every oil change, I'm not sure. But I'll check it, and if it's pretty rotten, I'll get a new one. Once the spark plugs are done, new tires, I should be able to make another trip to London, and it shouldn't cost me, well, it only cost me 3/4 of a tank of gas. On the highway, the car is great. It gets 7 kilometers per 100 liters. Or, no, that's not right. 7 liters per 100 kilometers. Holy, way to back that one up. Make that one backwards. But anyway, so that's not too bad. But I think what I'm going to be doing right now, people, is I want to bring my empties back because I have 2 cases of Bud that need to go back to the beer store. And then we're going to head off to work. So, I think I'm going to do that. We're going to bring that shit back and cash out. And then head off to work. How big's this pen drive? I don't even know how big this one is. I just found a random pen drive on my desk, and there's no writing on it to say how big it is, so it's one of these I'm going to have to shove on my computer to find out. But anyway, that's the plan. We're going to head off to the beer store right now, drop off those empties, then probably head off to work. Alrighty, empties are loaded into the car. Let's get off to the beer store, drop those off, get paid, and then off to work. Jesus, Murphy, it sounds like a liquor lounge in the back seat of my car. All I can hear is those beer bottles every time I hit a bump, eh? Just clanging around. Friggin' liquor lounge, boys. Oh, we'll bring these back, drop them off, and go from there. What time do we have? We got 3:23. It's currently 19 degrees C out. Super doesn't feel like 19 C, feels cooler than that, so that's pretty awesome. They're calling for a hardcore winter this year, lots of snowing. Well, they said the same thing last year. It wasn't too bad, so that's fine. I don't know how they can predict winter now, seeing how, you know, just because it snowed in Calgary doesn't mean shit. Hell, one year it snowed in friggin' back in 2010, May long weekend, just before the May long weekend. The Tuesday, I go out and mow the lawn. The Wednesday, it snowed. So it's like, welcome to Canada. The weather's fucked. We know it. That's why we live here. We don't care. What I do care about is when we get in those plus 30, plus 40 C weathers. Like, those are fucked. That's way too much hot. I'm not a fan of that. Like, maybe people in Abu Dhabi like it, but here in friggin' North Bay, you'd expect to not see that kind of weather, but you do, and it sucks. We'll bomb over to the place, drop off the beer bottles, get off to work. Hopefully tonight's an easy night, but there was thunderbangers last night, so I have a feeling we're gonna be FedExing a bunch of fucking modems today. And that's about 30 minutes of modems, so I should be able to do 16 modems and then be done my shift. Fucking hope we don't have to ship out 16 modems, but you never know because we have shitty modems. We're bugging Bell to get their modems. They use a better brand, and we weren't allowed to use that brand because Bell had some like exclusive rights to it, like fucking only exclusive to Bell do you get the good modem. Everybody else had to figure out their own, and the best modems we ever have are by Motorola. But when Google bought out Motorola, we lost access to those modems. Fucking sucked. So we went back to these old dirty ass Comtrends, which they're alright, but they're easy to configure for both PPPoE and bridge mode. They work pretty good. They just have like really shitty ventilation capabilities, so they don't really vent the heat that well. So we get a lot of calls from customers who say like their modem's really too hot to touch. So I just tell them don't touch it, or I tell them to elevate it. Then you get the meatheads who take their modem and fire it in like a tiny little closed cabinet where no fresh air can get in. So literally the modem's just recycling hot air. Oh, fuck. So that's not good. You can't have that. But people do it because, you know, they don't think, which is, you know, not shocking by any means necessary. It's like people who buy those desks where they have the little side slot where you can put your computer tower in, eh? And they fucking wedge her in there and close the door. And the tower maybe has about 2 inches of clearance on each side. and all it has out the back is like this tiny little socket that you run all your wires through, so it keeps it all confined. Well, I remember my friend, my aunt, bought one of those, and she thought it was a great idea to keep the dust out of the computer. I said, well, if dust can't get into the computer, neither can air, like fresh air. Like, you're not going to pull a lot of air through that little hole in the back to keep that computer cool. Sure enough, she overheated her rig a couple times, and didn't understand why. It just kept, she'd be working away, and it would just power right off because it had thermal protection. Once the temperature of the CPU got to a certain level, she just cut power. She couldn't figure out why, so I told her, I said, why not try taking your computer out of that hole and putting it on your desk? Holy shit, that worked. What'd you do? I said, I didn't do nothing. You're just allowing your computer to breathe some fresh air so it can stay cooler longer. Like, you can't put them in there, in those little holes. Well, why do they make desks like this? I'm like, so you break your computer and go buy a new one. Pretty sure the desk companies and the computer companies are working together. Fucking, they got shares in each other's company. Holy shit, Jetta makes a hybrid? What, the friggin' diesel isn't enough? For fuel mileage? Huh, okay. You guys remember when Toyota was the only ones making those hybrids? The Prius was like the first hybrid, at least I think it was. I'm probably wrong on that, but the Prius is the first hybrid I remember. Anyway, let's go try and... Why is it so busy at the beer store at 3 o'clock on a Tuesday? Is it Thursday, Tuesday today? I don't know. Fuck. Give her. Alright, let's go find a parking spot to stab my car into, and we'll drop this beer off, and then we'll get off to work. Because these empties were sitting up on my washing machine, and I need that thing working tonight because I got some laundries to do. So let's go drop off some beer and get the fuck out of here. Alright, right back, people. Well, it's a good thing I collected the whole set of speakers, because guess what company doesn't sell that deal anymore? That's right, Budweiser. My brother wanted one too, but kind of hard to get him one when they don't make that deal anymore. So he's kind of fucked. Don't worry, bud. Swing it wide so you can make her in. I noticed there was none in there, and I asked him, I said, you guys still running that promotion with the speaker? And they're like, no, but it's done. I'm like, fuck. He's like, why? I'm like, I need another speaker. I got 3 at home. I don't want to give my brother one of those because that would break my set, and I have a thing for beer swag. That thing is lust. But, you know, my brother could have went and bought his own beer. It's not like he doesn't drink the shit. Dad just doesn't drink, so... Like, my parents quit drinking the same time roughly the same day I quit smoking 2 years ago, my parents quit drinking. So, mainly because, not because of alcoholism or anything, but there's a degenerative problem in our family where it's hereditary and we suffer from B12 deficiency. I don't have it. I went and got tested by Doc and I came back clean. I don't know how my brother is, but Dad has to go like every 2 to 3 weeks for a B12 shot. And if he drinks liquor, liquor destroys B12. Like, alcohol kills B12, so he can't be drinking. Otherwise, it just like undoes the effects of his shot. So because he can't drink and he really wanted a Bluetooth speaker, I figured, fuck it, I'll give him, like, once I had the whole set, I'll give him whatever color I get, and it was a black one, so he's happy with that. I don't know if he got it paired to his phone, but it's pretty easy to do. It's like literally turn on the speaker, go to your Bluetooth on your phone, hit scan, it finds it. It's even named Budweiser, and then once it's synced up, the stupid speaker goes, this bud's for you, and you're fucking off to the races, you know? Like, you're done. You go play some music, and the volume control on your phone is the volume control for the speaker. And he wanted one for whatever reason, so fuck it, got him one. I guess I'm parking right here. I want to get a Subway because I forgot to pack a lunch because I had to go. So I will once again be right back. Alrighty, we got ourselves a Subway. Now it's time to go off to work. Let's see if I can get out of this parking lot without getting banged out. No fucking promises, people. Can't see shit behind me. So we're probably in the clear. I'm just coming in. Because people do come into this lot and they don't care, man. They'll just fucking stove right into you. That one thing I know for sure, if I'm keeping this car longer and not selling it, I'm going to research how to put a custom stereo into it, because this deck is annoying because it cannot play MP3s. It's strictly a CD player, and I'd like to get something a little more modern that can play MP3s off a USB drive. So I'd have to buy the Metro kit, I think they call it, because right now my security system on the car, right, it goes through the stereo. So in order to use an aftermarket CD player or an aftermarket deck, head unit, whatever you want to call it, you need that kit that basically reroutes the nonsense through the guy so that you can have an aftermarket deck. And I think those kits are about 200 bucks. So it's $200 plus another probably 300 bucks for the head unit. And then I'd want to replace all the speakers in my doors. I'm not putting a subwoofer in the car because fuck that. That's just space I don't need to waste. Mind you, I do have that 10-inch Alpine at home, but I really don't want boom, boom, boom in my car. Like, that's ridiculous. I'm 36 years old, for fuck's sakes. I don't need a subwoofer. I did put some boom, boom in the car. It'd probably be one of those under-the-seat subwoofers you can buy over at Future Shop for 200 bucks, you know, those little shitty ones that give you bass, but they're not exactly friggin' bolt rattlers. Unlike what I had in the Trans Am, that big monster son of a bitch. Rex has that now. I don't know what he did with it when he bought the Sunflower, if he put it in the Sunflower or not. I don't recall hearing it in there. I definitely wish I had a better deck in this car, especially for long trips to London, because the radio stations get pretty sketchy when you start getting on the highway. Some are hit and miss, and there's like a segment where all you can get is like friggin' country music or like Christian rock, and I don't want to listen to that nonsense. I hate country. I took the O out of country, people. But anyway, we are at work now. My car reeks like a friggin' teriyaki chicken sub, which is awesome. I dig it. Don't even need a shovel, boys. And once again, nobody at work. Fuck is going on? Everybody's not here. Cool. So I know I said I was going to work on the Trans Am on Thursday or Friday. We'll see what we get into. I'm not making any promises about that. Tomorrow we got the alignment on this car. And while he's got it on the hoist, I want to take a good look underneath it and see if I can find any other problem areas and go from there. But as for this vlog today, people, I'm going to shut her down. So and maybe I'll pick it up later tonight if there's something going on. If not, well, fuck, it is what it is. So on that note, thanks for watching. Like, favorite, comment, follow me on everything, links in the description, Instagrams, Twitters. I've been tweeting lately every once in a while. I forget about it, but I'll get back into it. It's not a big deal. But yeah, follow me on everything, and until next time, people, keep on vlogging.